If you're moving to Newport Beach with kids, there is one neighborhood that comes up in almost every single conversation we have with families looking to move here, the Port Streets.
And on paper, it makes sense. The school, the parks, the reputation, but there's a big difference between what it looks like on Zillow and what's actually like to live here, what it really costs to get in, and who does it work for and who does it not work for.
Hi, we're Anne and Krista with the Stiefel McIntosh Group. We've been selling homes in Newport Beach for over 2 decades, and we have this exact conversation with relocating families almost every single week.
So today, you're getting the real breakdown.
And if you're weighing a move to Newport Beach right now, the link to book a call with us is right below. All right, let's go, Krista. Let's tell them about the Port Streets.
Let's do it.
Officially, this community is called Harborview Homes, but nobody calls it that. Everyone calls it the Port Streets because every single street here starts with Port. Port Cardiff, Port Weybridge, Port Carlo.
It's a master plan community the Irvine Company started building in 1971, right between MacArthur and San Miguel, with Bonita Canyon Sports Park at the top and Harborview Nature Park at the bottom. And running straight down the middle is the greenbelt that connects the whole thing.
And here's a little trivia most people who live here don't even know. Before any of this existed, this exact area was home to the Newport Harbor Buffalo Ranch. I used to come here as a kid with my dad and drink Orange Julius milkshakes and date shakes and watch the buffalo roam right in this neighborhood.
Which is why the greenbelt is officially named Buffalo Hills Park, and why there's a bronze buffalo statue at MacArthur and Bonita Canyon. We are not making this stuff up. Let's start with the engine of this whole neighborhood, because it's not the homes, it's the school. Anderson Elementary sits dead center in the community, connected directly to the greenbelt, and it's the reason families want to live here in the first place.
Anderson is a great school. It's a California Blue Ribbon school. It's small, around 360 kids, and only kids who live in the Port Streets attend. So every kid in your kid's class is also your neighbor. Almost everybody walks to school, and every morning you'll see walking caravans of parents and kids heading to Anderson Elementary together. And honestly, the parents love it just as much. They get their morning walk in, they get their conversations with their friends, they know every kid on the street. As a parent, getting to be a part of a school community like Anderson is pretty awesome and super unique. 3 full basketball courts, playgrounds, 4-square, wall ball, even a gaga ball court. It's basically the community's second park.
Now here's something almost nobody explains about the neighborhood, and it genuinely matters when you're buying in here. The Port Streets is actually 3 phases with 3 separate associations, and they are not all the same. Phase 1 is the original development and definitely the most social, located closest to Anderson Elementary in the heart of the greenbelt. Somewhere around 500 homes. It has its own clubhouse right on the greenbelt, about 3,700 square feet, with a great room, a fireplace, a full chef's kitchen, a big 6-lane resort-style pool that's heated year-round.
So here we are standing on the baseball fields. There's Anderson Elementary, and the greenbelt basically runs through this entire neighborhood, past the fields, and from phase 1 to phase 2. So even if you live in phase 1 or phase 2, they all start kind of blending together because the greenbelts basically create this awesome transition that kind of allows the kids to just roam wherever they want to go. Phase 2 is the lower section and was the second development of the 3 phases. Approximately 532 homes built around 1972. It also has a clubhouse. Phase 2's clubhouse is newer, built in 2004. It's beautiful. It holds up to 100 guests, a full kitchen and a boardroom. It sits next to an 8-lane lap pool, plus a kids' pool. Between the 2 of them, these clubhouses host birthday parties, community events, holiday gatherings all year long. Actually, for my 13th birthday, because I did grow up in the Port Streets, I had my first girl-boy birthday party at the Phase 1 clubhouse, and we had a DJ, we slow danced to November Rain, we had a fog machine, and so lots of memories between these 2 clubhouses. They also have an incredible swim team.
Yes. Oh my gosh, if you have a little one that is learning how to swim, or you have little ones that are trying to pass that junior guard test, which is very hard, the Port Streets pool is the place to be. That has the best swim program in town.
You do not have to live in the Port Streets to go to this program.
But how nice you could just walk or bike to it.
Well, it's great because on the weekends, the swim meets are not just normal swim meets. They are full campouts for the day. The parents set up shop, everybody brings lunch, Sometimes there's music. They even do a lip sync at the end of the season where all the kids perform a lip sync on stage. It's just a really cool sense of community. And the fact that every single afternoon your kids can just throw on their suits and run to one of the 2 clubhouses to do their swim team.
It's really special.
After they've played baseball here and done their summer camp, it's like no other community in Newport Beach.
And then there's phase 3, which is located right up here on the other side of San Miguel.
So regarding phase 3, it's smaller, it's more private, it slips up on a slope, unlike phases 1 and phases 2 that are completely flat. Phase 3 is a great place to be if you're more private. If you don't necessarily want a ton of kids knocking on your door and running inside your house, that is probably the place to go. Whereas phase 1 and phase 2 is very social. Everyone knows each other. Your home is every kid's home, if you want it that way, which is really unique and really fun.
Now the homes themselves, the originals, went up starting in 1971 across 9 floor plans, roughly 1,500 to 2,600 square feet. Classic 1970s California modern homes, low pitched roof, tall bright interiors, decorative brick. Some originals still remain, many have been redone.
But over the decades, most of this community has been expanded or completely rebuilt. And today you'll see Cape Cod next to modern farmhouse, next to coastal contemporary, next to Spanish revival, sometimes on the same street. New custom builds commonly run 3,000 to 5,000 square feet, and some push towards 8. There are builders who essentially specialize in just this one neighborhood.
And the whole community is really beautifully kept. Mature trees, flowering hedges, friendly low fences. It even has its Hollywood moment. The Real Housewives of Orange County has been filmed here.
How can we forget that?
I think this neighborhood is a children's paradise. I feel like it's crawling with children. The Port Streets is not a thoroughfare. Nobody cuts through to get anywhere.
There's a basketball hoop in front of practically every single house. Golf carts everywhere. Kids on razor scooters, roller blades. These kids are running around. The greenbelt connects the parks, the pools, the fields, and the school. So kids get everywhere without touching a main road, which is so nice as a parent not to have to worry about your kid crossing a main street. And down the southern edge is the nature park, a hidden gem, a wooden trail with a little creek that even pops you out by Gelson's. One of my favorite things about the Port Streets is its swim teams. Phase 1's pool is home to the Mighty Dolphins, and Phase 2 pool is home to the Killer Whales. Your street decides your kid's jersey, and they race each other at meets. Kids grow up in this rivalry with their best friends. Swim team and Little League in the spring and summer, soccer, basketball, flag football in the fall and winter. Halloween here is so much fun. Even if you don't live in the Port Streets, it is known to be the place to be. And let's talk about the 4th of July. This neighborhood throws its own 4th of July. It's called Port of July. Kids bike parade, people decorate their golf carts, chili cook-off, watermelon eating contest, a classic car show, all inside the neighborhood. In summer, the kids here are outside until the street lights come on. That's why you actually buy in here. It's not about the square footage, it is about the childhood. Oftentimes we get calls from buyers who have never even lived in Orange County and have no idea where to start, but they know they want to be in Newport Beach. One of the things that I can say without a doubt about the Port Streets that I tell people is you've created a life where you came from that may have taken you 5, 10, 15 years to build within your community. What's great about the Port Streets is you can literally move here, plop down, and within the first week, your kids have an entire social life due to their school, their swim team, and the sports, and you now have a complete friend group built in right off the bat because that is everybody that you're living next to. Your kids go to school with them. Your kids are doing baseball with them. This is the park that you come to when they're little. So the Port Streets is a really great way if you want to be super social and get involved quickly within a community without taking years to kind of grow those relationships. You can definitely do it here in the Port Streets.
Yeah, if you want to be involved in a community, you want to be a part of something, this is the neighborhood for you. And what does it take to get in here? Not all locations are created equal. You have inner loop, outer loop.
Let's talk a little bit about the inner loop and outer loop because it's funny. There's phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. There's are you in the inner loop? Are you in the outer loop? And if you're not from here, that kind of sounds crazy. But if you are a serious buyer in the Port Streets or you're looking here, once you've started looking at enough houses, you start hearing this more and more. Okay, do you want to be phase 1 inner loop? Phase 1 inner loop is basically the most social of the phases. And the inner loop means that you are butted up right against the park and the greenbelts. The outer loop, it's not a big deal, but there's Harborview Hills Drive that circles the community around the inner loop. And then you've got the outer loop of houses. It is not a main street in the sense where it's not like a freeway or some crazy amount of cars going by, but your kids do have to cross over that street in order to get to the inner loop where all the pools and the greenbelts are. So some people really want to be in the inner loop because they want to be in the hub of it all, but some people who are a little bit more private, they'd rather be on the outer loop to where there's not always being a bunch of kids surrounding your house. You just get a little bit more privacy.
Yeah, and to get in here, price points starting around 3.5, but there have been some really impressive sales all the way up to 14 million. So you have a really wide range of price points and homes in here.
Well, and to go with that a little bit more, what does 3.5 million get you? 3.5 million is going to be an original Port Streets house that was built in the 1970s. Not to say it hasn't been lightly updated, upgraded with new appliances, newer fixtures, newer floors, but it's definitely in that, 15 to 1700 square footage, lower ceilings, and just single level with
bed, 2 bath,
with not all the new amenities. So yes, you can get in here for 3.5 million, but you are looking at more of an original home. Then from there, like Krista said, there's been sales in 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 million, which is actually outstanding to think about. And it really just goes to show you that, you are close to the beach. You can ride your bike. It's just about 10 minutes away, but there are no water views in this community at all. And what's pretty amazing is that people are willing to spend $10+ million to live in a community where they are not on the water, nor can they see the ocean or the bay. And why they are spending that type of money is because you are literally paying for the community, what you get, and that is priceless to a lot of people.
Yeah, it just speaks to the community and how special it is that they're willing to spend that kind of money without those other aspects of being on the water, having a view. Just shows what a special community is.
Well, yes, and the reason they're paying that is that they know that their kids can be outside and be safe. And anywhere their kids go, there is a parent that they know that is just a text away, a phone call away saying, hey, your kid's not wearing their helmet on their e-bike. Ooh, or hey, I just saw your kid, do this or do that. There's a lot of eyes on you in this community. So you are really paying for safety, community, relationships, social life. It is so much more than the real estate. In fact, you're paying to be in the Port Streets.
Yes.
More than you're paying for the home.
And you can speak to that because you lived here.
I did. And I was sad when my parents left, but I'm here all the time. Half of my friends live here, and I always love coming to visit the Port Streets. As of early this year, the median sales price was around $5.5 million, and homes were going into escrow in about 25 days. One thing to know is only a handful of homes trade here in any given month because people who find the Port Streets rarely look anywhere else, and people who live here don't want to leave. Now the stuff that never makes the listing description. First off, carrying costs. This might shock you, because coming from newer communities where there's Melrose and high HOAs, you get more for your money here than in most newer communities. Depending on your phase, HOA dues run roughly $100 to $150 a month. In new developments, you are paying $400, $500, $1,000 a month, plus you have Melrose. This neighborhood was built out 50 years ago. No Melrose, same purchase price, dramatically cleaner monthly number. Secondly, position of your property matters enormously. Homes backing to the greenbelt trade at a real premium. If you're at the end of a cul-de-sac, if you're by one of the phase 1 or phase 2 pools, those are also a premium.
People hear shared greenbelt and assume they get no yard. Not true. Lots here commonly run 7,000 square feet and up, and plenty of homes have genuinely great backyards, patios, pools, real space. The difference is the neighborhood's backyard is also 4 parks, 2 pools, and a school blacktop. Your yard is the bonus, not the whole show.
Fourth, if you're buying an original planning to rebuild, construction here is constant and rebuild costs will change your all-in number materially. Budget the project before you fall in love with the lot. The larger the lot, the more square footage, the higher the price of the build. And the Port Streets location seals the deal. 5 minutes to Fashion Island and all the restaurants, movie theaters, and shopping that come with that. 10 to 15 minutes to the beaches at Corona del Mar and Newport. And for the golfers, you're 5 to 10 minutes from 2 of the most prestigious clubs in Orange County, Big Canyon Country Club and Newport Beach Country Club. You're about 10 minutes away from John Wayne Airport. You're tucked away, but tucked away from nothing.
So who is this neighborhood for? Families with school-age kids or couples planning on having kids. That's who this is built for, and that's who it really works for. Who is it not for? If you're a bachelor, this is not really probably your vibe or your spot. If you're an empty nester who wants quiet, you will not find it here. There are kids everywhere.
And that's the point. But if you love this location and you want calmer and more quiet, then Port Streets Phase 3 is where you need to look.
If you want acreage, look elsewhere. And if you're a young professional years away from a family, your money works harder in another part of Newport Beach.
Here's what we tell families who ask us about the Port Streets. If an amazing school, swim team, Little League, 4th of July life is what you're moving for, it is generally hard to beat anywhere on the coast the Port Streets location.
And if that much community made you flinch, that flinch is probably telling you this is not the right community for you.
If you're stuck, answer these 3 questions. 1, do you want your kids' entire world walkable inside the neighborhood, or is privacy the bigger prize? 2, are you buying for the next 10 school years or the next 30? 3, when you compare a turnkey home here with low dues and no Millerus against new construction community elsewhere with the full tax load stacked on top, which total monthly number actually keeps your family comfortable?
Those 3 answers will tell you more than any Zillow search will ever will.
If you're weighing the Port Streets and are seriously interested and you are weighing it against other communities, let's have a conversation. We know all the nitty-gritty of this community, and we can give you all that information before you even tour the home. A real breakdown of what your family would actually live like in this community. Please give us a call. Our link is below. We would love to help you feel more comfortable with the Port Streets.
If you like this video and want to learn more, click subscribe, because we're doing this honest breakdown for every neighborhood in Newport Beach.
Next up, Dover Shores.